You know, there is a question many fans have had in their minds since No Place Like Home. If Allura really is so sympathetic as an antagonist, why don't ponies just talk to her and get her to open up? Well, this episode is here to answer that question.
Hello, Repony. My name is Hawk Nightwing, the most unapologetic defender of G5 you'll ever meet.
And welcome back to another Taruto Leaked episode review. At long last, Allura's come back into the fold, and this episode aimed to expand on how misunderstood she really was, as well as give us another confrontation between she and another member of the main six to boot. Did it succeed? Let's find out. This is my review of Taruto Season 2, Episode 29, Mystery of Missing Time. The story basically follows Zipp investigating a series of strange happenings around Maritime Bay, including reports of stolen crops, chills, and lost memories that lead her straight to Allura's cave. Upon getting there, she aims to get the snow leopard to come with her, and Allura almost gives in, but ultimately decides to wipe Zipp's memory clean instead. The episode ends with Zipp stepping on her broken phone and an evil laugh from Allura. So what did I think of the episode? Well, I've seen a lot of divisive opinions around it. Some like it, some don't. But me, I am firmly in the I love it camp. A common critique Season 2 of Taruto had during its run was how Allura couldn't seem to make up her mind. If she was so redeemable like a certain other episode tried to portray her as, then why did she still act as an antagonist towards the ponies? Why couldn't she just ask for help? What's her deal? And the episode goes out of its way to answer that question. And the answer isn't as simple as some of you may believe. The morality isn't as black and white as we're probably used to with villains. What I really love is how the episode goes out of its way to portray the main six as just as morally flawed as Allura is. That's not something you normally see with MLP. Usually there's a very clear line between good and evil. But here, it's different. Allura can't just ask for help, because Zipp's actions in Icy Prince ensured that the entire populace viewed her as public enemy number one, and that hurt her. But at the same time, Allura went about showing her hurt and frustration completely the wrong way, in fact becoming the very stereotype she was trying to avoid. Allura's arc seems to be centered around the nature of good and evil. Are you born wicked, or is it thrust upon you? The episode seems very firmly in the latter camp. She wants to go home, yet she can't, and is stuck in a world she despises, with ponies who despise her. She takes it out on the ponies because she has no support system to ground her and empathize with her. No healthy outlet for that anger. She is completely on her own, and she knows she won't ever be able to prove herself in the eyes of the ponies, because they all hate her. She can't ask for a simple meal because the world rejects her. Allura is an outcast, and the ponies made her one. This, in my opinion, is a very smart subversion of the classic good versus evil trope, and it makes the hero just as morally flawed as the villain. In fact, the episode goes the extra mile to show that unlike Izzy, Zipp actually nearly got through to Allura. For those who say that the memory wipe was a cop-out in order to keep her antagonistic role in the story, it actually wasn't. Allura was about to accept Zipp's friendship. Once Zipp apologized for hurting her, you see that change in facial expression and attitude in her face. She actually wants that company. She actually wants to explain herself. She actually wants to be friends with the ponies. She actually wants to not be alone anymore. But ultimately, it's too much. She doesn't trust Zipp enough to take the leap of faith. She starts to open up, but the walls just slam right back up. There is no going back. She made her choice. The ponies made their choices. And there's nothing any pony can do about it. And so, Allura chooses to run away from the problem once more, because she's doomed to retreat and spend her life as a fugitive, than trust the one Pegasus who's thrust that life upon her. It's a tragic end, and one that I really love. Allura clearly has the potential to open up and turn good. She has that desire, but she can't bring herself to allow Zipp's words to truly resonate, and it will take a lot more than just simple words to turn her back to the light. It will take actions. Actions we will never see on screen, but whatever. Anyways, now that we've addressed the common criticism of Allura's portrayal here, can you believe there are other things in the episode too? I know, shocking. Seeing Zipp in full detective mode was great, as is the part where Comet appears and finally speaks about his time under Allura's control. Thank goodness. I was beginning to fear they'd forgotten about that aspect of his character, but nope. It's still intact, and I love how he tries to warn Zipp about confronting Allura, only for the Pegasus to just leave and do it anyway. Sorry, my poor boy. You tried. But she's just too stubborn. Also, the sister dynamic between Zipp and Pip is still golden as always, though I do have to deduct a point for Zipp basically unlearning the lesson she's learned where the rainbows are made, about not doing everything by herself and accepting help from others. That struck me as more than a little off-putting. But other than that, another solid episode. It's abundantly clear that one of the things Season 2 absolutely excelled at during its run was the incredibly nuanced portrayal of Allura, a far cry from how she was in Make Your Mark. And it's still bonkers that entire tale of the two shows had the most complex villain ever made for MLP, not the other way around. We're probably never gonna have another generation like this again, huh? I should probably get back to making long analysis videos about it again. These leaked episodes probably aren't gonna last forever. But
What do you guys think of this episode? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this is Hawk Nightwing signing out. Hoof to heart.